The Intercalc 3D model that we're looking at consists of a mesh of shells that sit on top of four individual columns. If we have a situation where we want to apply a surface load to many shells, we have a tool in Intercalc 3D called Surface Loads that allows us to do that. And I'll demonstrate how that works. First, I just want to come to load cases to show that I've pre-populated this model with a couple load cases to receive these surface loads that we're about to create. Then what I'll do is use the keyboard shortcut Control A to select all entities in the model. Now it is true that this selects the columns in addition to the shells, but that's okay because the tool that we'll use, Surface Loads, does not affect members. So it's okay that those members are selected. It's only going to have an effect on the selected shells. To use this tool, we'll come to Draw Loads and then come down to Surface Loads. The Surface Load dialog allows us to identify the load case that we want to put the new load items into. I'm thinking in terms of a dead load, so I'll just choose dead. And then since it's a downward or a gravity load, it's easy for me to identify that direction by saying that I want it to act with respect to the global coordinate axis system, y direction, and then I'll just be sure to use a negative sign so it acts downward. I'll apply 100 pounds per square foot. And then I can click Apply to Selected Shells. And we can see the graphic shows us that every shell in the model has been loaded. Now, once that's done, I can also come to the Tables tab and then over to Surface Loads. And in the Surface Load table, on a load case by load case basis, I can review the shells that have received that type of surface load. I can see the coordinate system that was used to define the load and the direction that it was applied, as well as the magnitude of the load. This table is also live in the sense that we could, say, select and cut one of the line items from that table. That'll remove the load, and we'll see that in a minute. I can also come down to another field and I could change the magnitude. For instance, let's go to 200. And then when I click OK, we can see here in the foreground that there's a shell that's now unloaded. That's the result of the one line that I cut from the table. And in the background, we can see one shell that has double the load that all the others have. That's the result of the edit that I made to the table.